Killing about those. Thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast. See it again. San Jose, California. So we are going to be looking at how do you download or how do you get a tune from Moto. Alright, so maybe you already have the Powervision. Maybe you bought it through somewhere else, or maybe you bought it on the used market. You got the license. If you guys saw that video, I have the video on how to get a license for your Powervision. Now it's time for you to get a tune. Maybe you got stage 1 and now you upgraded to stage 2, and you gotta get it through Moto. Can tune. It is what it is. It's a can tune. It's you know, price wise, budget wise, I think it's the best option for most of you guys. So we're gonna go to fuelmoto.com, fuelmotousa.com. I don't know if you guys can see the website. Then we're gonna be going into EFI tuning and EFI tuners and services. So we're going to go in here. We're going to scroll down here to Moto map tune support buy-in. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to click on this. And then of course you guys have to select your tuner. So if you have an old Powervision, kind of like mine, then mine's PV2. If you have the newer the PV4, then obviously you're right here. If you have the PV3 no touch screen, I'm not sure which one that is. So you would go here, and for some reason these are an additional $50 because it's the Indian or metric, and this one's Indian, metric, and off-road. So the Harley-Davidson, there used to be a fee when I saw these. This is some while back. The PV4 had an additional fee, but most of these are going to be $100. So if you have a PV4, you select PV4. If you have PV2 or an old one, kind of like me, then I'm going to go PV2. So we're going to go to add to cart. And then it's going to be added, of course. And then when you do a checkout, that's when you're going to start filling in all the requirements. So you're going to do it as you normally would. And then we're going to scroll down to the very bottom. I'm just looking to see if you guys can see it on my monitor. So here's the questions that you have to fill out. So year, my bike is a 2020. Make, Harley-Davidson, obviously. Model, you can write in whatever you want. Lowrider S, Street Bob. As far as the model, I don't think it really matters as long as they have the engine size. But just in case, you know, just write it in there if you have a Softail, if you have a Heritage, or if you have a Lowrider ST, whatever. Lowrider S. Engine size. This is a big one, obviously. So it's since mine's a 2020, it's a 114. That's the cc, cubic inches. Sorry, not the cc's. Cubic inches. It's a 114. Modifications, you guys can see I already have some stuff pre-filled out. So you could obviously, you know, look at that real quick. So I have the lane splitter. I put in all the details just in case, but I'm pretty sure they know these components. Lane splitter exhaust, which is a 2-in-1. SNS 475C, meaning chain. You don't really have to include that, but I went ahead and I put that in there. It's a 475C. Trask Assault air breather. That way they know it's a high flow. Screaming Eagle high flow injectors. I also went ahead and I put in the gallons per what is it, per hour, gallons per minute, I think it's gallons per hour, right? So it's a 5.5 G, because Screaming Eagle has multiple different sizes, so you have to put in those little details so they can really fine tune it, because I believe they have 2 more options. As far as Screaming Eagle, I believe they have a 6.1 or 6.2, and I believe they now currently have a 7.1, which is they're massive injectors. All right, and then if we just keep on scrolling over, I also have the Screaming Eagle High Flow 64 intake, but Harley-Davidson, they have this as EFI throttle body. So it's the Mikuni, and you know what else? Whatever else you have on your bike. So injectors, Screaming Eagle intake, 2-in-1 exhaust, high flow intake. That's pretty much it. All the key details. The most important ones, in my opinion, is your cam and your intake. If you have an intake or if you have injectors, those three are massive. All right, so you really have to include these. All right, and then of course you also have some notes for the technician, any requests. I guess you could ask them if they could give you a fuel efficient. I'm not sure if you want a fuel efficient map or tune or performance. You know, whatever you want to put in there, you could. They'll contact you if they could do it. And then of course you have if you have RDRS or traction control on your bike. Mine's a 2020, so I do not have traction control. So for the 2024s, they do have traction control, so keep that in mind. Some of the touring models, depending on what year it is, I believe 2023, 2024 RDRS is now standard. So you have to make sure you include that in this information. Of course, so you're going to fill all of this out, credit card information, and then you're going to submit the order, purchase it. And few seconds or within a second or two, you'll have a confirmation email from Moto that your order has been accepted. The following day, it's gonna be submitted for processing, and then the third day, typically, who knows? Like I said, depending on how busy they are, my map or my order took about 3 business days. In case you guys are wondering, you buy it. Most likely within 3 business days, you'll have your map. So let's go ahead and go into our email, of course. If anything's blocked out here, it's going to be personal information. I'm going to try to keep most of the stuff visible for you guys to follow along. So here we have the tune. Is it in camera? Yes, it is. So PVT file. All right. So we don't have to do anything special. We don't have to unzip it or export it or anything like that. It's a PVT file. So let's go ahead and download the file. Where is it? So we're downloading the file. So it is downloaded. So I saved it under it saved it in your downloads. So keep that in mind wherever it downloads it. If you could save it to your desktop, it just makes it a little bit easier to find it. So now we're going to go over here. We are going to open our software for Powervision. And if you guys are wondering how do you get this, now we're going to hit open. And remember, we have to go to downloads because that's where it saved my PVT file, which is right here. So we're going to open that up. This says this file is out of date. It is strongly recommended to update it with Powervision device containing the latest firmware before editing or flashing. Editing and saving this file are disabled until update. You can attach the Powervision at this time. Update the PVT now. Okay, let's update it. Let's see what happens. So I'm not sure why is it out of date. I'm not entirely sure. So I just got this from Moto today. All right, so I guess it's been updated. Some stuff here, I don't know what this stuff is. So okay, tune is ready for editing. Send tune. Let's do send tune. All right, so here we are. We're gonna send it to the Powervisions. So the file name's gonna be upgraded Powervision tune. Same name. So we are going to save it to my slot 3. Slot 3, empty. Hit OK. And then I guess now it's sending the tune to the Powervision. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it. I believe we're done. And then now we take the Powervision to the bike and we load the tune onto the bike. So yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I don't know why the tune was outdated. I'm not entirely sure. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching yet another video. now you load the tune. I don't know if I'm going to include it. You know what? I'll just include it in the video. I'll show you guys how to load the new map. So stay tuned. So we're going to turn on the bike, and we're going to load the tune. And we're waiting for this to boot up. Man, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, guys. I'll probably have to move it around a little bit.
That's what they told me here.
All right, let's lower that. So it looks like we're gonna have to get in here. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I don't know. So we're gonna exit, then we're gonna back, program vehicle, load tune. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Custom tunes. And then we are going to go to upgraded PV TS114. This is the one from Fuel Moto. So that one's the Fuel Moto. So we're gonna select that one. That's for the 64 intake throttle body. We're gonna select that. Select. There we go. Select. So here's the information. Strategy 823, that's all Fuel Moto. I don't know. 2018 Softail SNS 475. So continue, flash, and you're gonna let it do its thing. You're gonna hear it turn off and turn on, of course, and then you're gonna shut it off for 20 seconds. So do not turn it off right now. It's loading the tune or the map or the flash or whatever. So I wonder if you guys can see. Preparing ECU. It's doing its thing. Let's take it a minute. All right, here we go. Do you want to reset, learn fuel trim values? I don't have wideband O2 sensors. So let's hit no. I don't want to mess with anything. This is completely from Fuel Moto. So it's now writing the flash, and then of course, like I mentioned, you will have to shut it off. I wonder if maybe if I have the camera like this, you can't really see what's going on. So we're at 26% complete. We're almost there, and we're pretty much done after this. I'll make a whole video on what to do or what's the next step if you want. I think I'm gonna keep the Fuel Moto tune for a while, I believe. So it's restarting the ECU. Okay, so please turn the key off and wait 10 seconds before turning it back on. So we hit OK. Now we shut it off and we give it some time. So that's 10 seconds. We can now turn it back on and see how everything's functioning. Let's see if you guys can see. So the tune should now be loaded. I don't know, you can't see, I can't see anything on this thing. All right, so those are my gauges. Let's go ahead and turn it on.